See, there it is.
Yeah.
All right. Hello and
Continue.
welcome. I know, right? All right. Hello and welcome to Just Animals podcast. I'm Elle, and with me, as always, is my dad, aka Guy.
Hello there, Zoom world. We're on a different medium today, but hopefully we achieve the objective. Thank
Yeah,
you.
no kidding. Sam, the zookeeper.
Hi, everybody.
And with us today from Toronto, Canada, actually, we have a very special guest, professional boxer Nick Fantauzzi. Go ahead,
Hey.
introduce yourself, plug all your stuff where our listeners can find you, see you, hopefully watch you live when all this COVID stuff settles down, which it kind of looks like it finally is. Yeah, go ahead.
Hi guys, my name is Nick Fantauzzi. I'm a professional light heavyweight boxer. I'm 10-0 and looking to get back in the ring soon, hopefully. So you guys can find me on Instagram at Nick_Fantauzzi. I'm on Facebook, Team Fantauzzi. That's my team page. And I'm trying to get on this TikTok thing, but I have it there as well, Nick Fantauzzi.
So Nick, tell me what the weight classification is of a light heavyweight is.
In boxing, it's 175. So it's above 168 and below 175.
That's a very tight range.
Jesus.
Yeah. Yep.
So do you do that cutting thing, like where you put on
In the
weight
sauna
and then
suit.
you cut before you go?
Yeah. To be honest, I don't really do a big weight cut at all. I'm a pretty big light heavyweight. I'm 6'3". I walk around 185, so I don't really stray too much from my weight class. So 10 pounds for me is just like a little tweak in the diet, and that's all
Right.
it is. It's not a big deal at all.
Okay. Yes,
Yeah.
you don't
I don't
blow
like
up.
doing the whole big weight cut. Yeah, I don't do that because if you do that, then especially as you get older and older, it's harder on your body. And especially in Ontario, they do things differently. For some reason, they think they're special, so they have morning of weigh-ins. So for a professional fight, I weigh in in the morning. So I don't want to, cut all that weight, not drink at night, and then if I weigh in the morning, then you only have a few hours before you fight, say 10 hours, whatever it is, to weigh in.
Oh,
Yeah.
yikes.
It's a little risky, so I just kind of stay around my weight class and don't stray too much.
Sure. That makes
Okay.
sense. That makes sense.
So,
All right.
So Nick,
Yeah.
do you have like a Nick Fantastic Fantauzzi? Do you have
Jesus
something like that?
Christ.
What's your what is that thing that you have in the middle? Some guys have killer, Jesse Rock Killer Fantauzzi. What's your handle?
Oh, for fuck's sake. Oh God.
I actually don't have a nickname, but that's a good one. I like it, but I don't have a nickname. I never really had one.
All right, Nick Fantastic Fantauzzi. There you go.
Oh, dear Christ. Okay. Yeah, let's get a little Russian. There you go. All right. So today's animal, we are talking about the lion, or Panthera leo. So actually, there are two subspecies of lions. There's the African lion, and there's also an Asiatic lion, which I had no idea was a thing. Sam, you probably knew that was a thing, but yeah, they're lions in India of all places.
And what about Houston?
That was a tiger.
Oh, that's true.
Tiger. Yeah. So again, we're focusing on the African lion, and many taxonomists contend that there are 5 extant African subspecies, and each subspecies is identified by their geographic range. And coming in as a sturdy compact, lions are super thick. So what would that be a heavyweight, like a really thick person in boxing? Where would like your really thick guy be? Okay. Perfect. So yeah, if you're really thick, heavyweight, they have strong, powerful forelegs, and then males stand between 3.5 to 4 feet at the shoulders, growing to a length of 10 feet or 3 meters. Don't worry, we'll include Canada units. You're welcome. And not including their 2 to 3 foot tail, and they weigh up to 330 to 550 pounds. Sorry, I didn't convert that to kg. Sorry. As for females, they are usually a little bit smaller, and they grow to a length of 9 feet. Thank you, Tourette's. And they usually reach a length of 9 feet and weigh between 265 to 395 pounds. And their coats are usually a yellow gold color. Males have manes that range from light blonde to red, brown, even black. And we will get into what determines mane color later. Also, lions are the only cats with manes. And they're kind of like T-Rex cats, seeing as how they have large muscular bodies, big ass heads, and short stumpy legs. Like most cats, their legs have these big, at the end of their legs, they have these big padded feet with retractable claws. And female lions typically live longer than male lions. And All right, Nick, let's test your lion trivia. How old do you think lions live to in the wild? Sam, no cheating.
That's probably the worst question for me to answer, but I'm gonna guess 10 years.
Damn it! Did you look it up?
Well, I've watched like a million.
You fucking looked
I've
it up.
watched like a
didn't you?
million. I
That's
swear to
spot
God,
on.
I watched like a million big cat documentaries, so I
That's
think I'm
good.
decently informed.
It's rigged. It's rigged. It's rigged.
Nick, let me ask you a question.
No, that was awesome.
That was really cool,
Is it
though.
easier for you to really hate your opponent than to like, oh, he's a nice guy, you know, he's an ethical fighter, you know, I've worked out with him. Is it easier for you to just like, I hate that mother effer and I want to go kick his ass? Is that
Mother effer.
stimulate you? Or does it matter? You just doesn't matter, you know, you're a sportsman and you just get in there and do your thing? Or does having that
To me, that
go ahead.
to me, that's all it is. Just like a sport. I don't hold any animosity. I don't go in there even angry, and I think that's kind of, at least for my style, it's the wrong approach to have, because when you're angry and you just try to be too aggressive, you're not boxing the way you should box. I just kind of fight the way I train, which is very relaxed but aggressive. So if that makes any sense.
So in other words, you don't want to lose your shit when you're in there. You want to keep your game plan and stay methodical. Is that right?
100%.
Okay.
You're not just gonna go out there
100%.
windmilling. I mean, that would be
you know, it's not
that'd be
like a street
hysterical.
fight. It's he's got to think about how that guy is reacting to him.
Yeah, it's a very technical sport.
Strategy.
Defense and his
Strategery.
offense and where's the guy's weaknesses. And do you watch film, Nick? Do you watch film of boxers?
Oh,
Oh, Nick freeze.
we got him. Did you get that? Did you hear that?
So Nick, do you watch your opponent's
Like footage?
footage before you fight them?
Some of it, yeah. I don't watch too much of it because I notice, especially if it's like old footage, it's not really relevant because everybody changes, and you might prepare for one way and then something else totally different comes to you. So I kind of just watch a little bit, and just from being around the sport so long, from training since 2006, I kind of could watch something and see how they move, and I could kind of know what to expect. Once I get in there, I kind of have a good way of gauging their style and what they can do just by, I guess you could say, experience.
That's fair.
Is there any kind of concussion protocol in boxing like there is in
football? See, the only thing that you have to do really is get your boxing medicals done every year. So every year before you're allowed to compete, you need your medical. So it's like a full body. You do your either CT scan, your MRI, or your CAT scan, as well as like countless other like body checks, I guess you can say. They check everything. And then after a fight, you get checked by the doctor every time. If something happens, say somebody gets knocked out, then they're suspended, and then they have to go through all the, some of the tests again just to make sure they're okay. But yeah, that's as far as it goes for that.
Okay, so don't get knocked out, so you don't have to go through all that shit.
100%. The easiest way to keep going.
So what got you into the sport? I mean, were kids picking on you, or like at 6'3", you were certainly not.
That's a good question.
Yeah, you're not a small person.
I was always no. To be honest, I never even like to this day, I've almost never got into any kind of street fight. Anytime I do get into anything, it's because of other people, where I have to like protect somebody, and that's the only time I've ever got into trouble. So I'm not even violent per se for that. But what basically happened, my little brother had a punching bag. I was like 15 years old. I was watching the Rocky movies. I went downstairs and nobody used the bag, so I started using it, and I kind of just fell in love with that. And I just, it sounds cliche, but the whole Rocky story, and it just kind of worked with me. And then I just started training myself, and then, which is not really great training, obviously. But then I went to an actual boxing gym, and when I started watching real boxing, that's when I really fell in love with the sport. And then I just went from there.
That's awesome. So, okay, but you have a little brother. How was he not your punching bag? Because I was definitely my older brother's punching bag. I'm feeling a little jilted right now.
Well, we grew up with 4 kids, so I had an older brother who was a monster compared to me. Then there's me. There's my sister, and then my little brother. But my little brother he's 5 years younger than me, so he was too small to be a punching bag. So the only punching bag I used was my punching bag.
That's fair. That's fair. I'll allow it. So yeah, you were spot on with
my
the
little
10
brother
year.
was like one of my best friends growing up. So
Oh, that's sweet. Must be nice. So yeah, you were spot on with the 10 years thing. Like that was you. I don't know how you got that. And then females usually live 15 to 16 years. Okay, so as for where you can,
tigers.
we're back on
lions.
Fuck yes, we're back on lions. Then don't worry, we'll pause for more cool Nick facts. It's a Nick fact and lion fact show. Okay, getting a 2-for-1 right here. All right, so for their habitat, with the exception of the small population in the Gur forest of India, the African lion is found in sub-Saharan Africa, countries like Botswana, Mozambique, Tanzania, South Sudan. They prefer plains or savanna habitats with the proportionate amount of cover available, so like trees and whatnot. Lions also gravitate toward areas with an array of prey options. Since they're not picky, they like a variety, if you will. They can live in a wider range of habitats minus tropical rainforests and deserts, and lions can be found in forested and shrubby mountainous habitats, and they can even be found at high altitudes. So actually way up in the Bale Mountains of Ethiopia at 4,240 meters or 13,000 feet, there is a lion population way the fuck up there. I don't even know how anyone would find them.
Time out. Nick, I got it.
Oh,
Nick
fuck.
Fantauzio.
Oh, Jesus.
El Leone, the lion. Nick, the lion. El Leone. That's it, Nick. Do it.
I like it. I like it.
Oh,
Nick
God.
El Leone. Fantuzzi.
Did you just look up lion in Italian?
Obviously, he's Italian. Yes.
Well, obvious. Really? What gave it away?
The Fantuzzi ends in an I.
Fantauzzi.
Fantauzzi?
Yeah.
Nick Elione.
I like it.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Nick's like, I'm never fucking doing this again. I hate you guys.
No,
but that's
it's
okay.
good. It's that's even better than Nick Fantastic Fantuzzi. It's Nick Elione Fantuzzi.
You keep fucking up his last name. You keep messing up his last name.
Who wants to fuck with a lion, Nick? You know what I'm saying? The king of the jungle. That's you, man.
You're right.
Yeah, he's 10-0. That's true. You're 10-0.
I should be your manager.
He is a Jew. So you know what? If you need a Jew manager, it's perfect.
That's what I've been looking for my whole life.
Yeah.
Listen, here's how you spell it. ILLEON.
Okay. Anyways, okay. We'll discuss contract details later, and when you're officially signed as his Jew manager. Anyways, zoo habitat. Sam, go for it.
Okay, so the lion zoo habitat's pretty simple, really. They usually have giant, huge rocks, fake and real, like man-made ones and real, to climb on and rest on. Yeah. Lions like to go to like the highest rock, so they have a lookout of their territory. So they'll usually have like ones that are stacked up like stairs or whatever. And then they do have like an open. Yeah.
Good.
Do
Talk
they
over
leave their junk intact, or do they take that junk off to not get them too aggressive?
It depends on if they're breeding them or not. All of the lions I've come in contact with my zoos, they were all intact because they were breeding males with breeding females. So it wasn't.
You didn't have to do any inspection on that.
Put
stuff,
like
did
two
you?
males together.
Don't be gross.
Well, what do you mean inspection? No, I mean the balls are right there in your face, so you can see that. Just saying.
Big old lion balls in the face. Yeah. Oh God.
Big old lion balls.
Did they just spray all the time?
They didn't. They
really?
Don't. It's weird. They don't stink. I mean, they smell like
wild animal
lions, but they don't smell like a house cat.
They don't smell like piss. It's just a reek of piss.
It's weird. I mean, they do like pee and stuff, and they do, but it's.
Uh-oh, we lost her. Sam, come back. All right. Anyways, while we're waiting,
I don't know. Maybe it's because we cleaned up after him every day. I'm not.
Oh, that's fair. All right. As for zoo diet,
that's it. So then yeah.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Missouri.
No, not Missouri. Sorry. No, diet in the wild. Okay, since Nick apparently knows everything about lions, what do they eat in the wild?
What did they
catch?
eat?
Wait, is the lion the male the hunter or the female the hunter?
Right. He's answering a question. Where are you going?
I'm going to turn on my other computer.
Oh, whatever. Okay, Nick, go ahead. I'm sorry, he's
Whatever
autistic.
they can catch.
Good answer.
Oh, the autism is really coming out tonight.
Who does
They
the
eat
hunting, the
everything.
male or the female?
He's talking. Fuck.
Oh, sorry.
The females do the hunting, and the males always jump in and try to get first bite.
Yeah.
From what I've seen.
So Nick, let me tell you something. I believe in the law of the jungle, and this is what I believe. You know, some kids look forward to when their parents pass so they can have all their money and their legacy.
What are you getting at here?
And I say, screw you. I am going to die broke. You go earn your own money. And if there happens to be a few crumbs left over as a legacy, that was a lucky break for you. Otherwise,
I want your Jew gold.
There's no legacy. Go earn your own money because you're gonna ruin
Okay,
it.
anyways, this isn't life lessons with Guy, and I already got dibs on your Jew gold. So yes, so in the wild, diet is not limited to zebras, hogs, rhinos, hippos, wildebeests, and they will hunt smaller animals like mice and birds, and males are kind of useless for the most part. So it is the female or the lionesses that do all the work and form cooperative hunting parties to surround and catch prey. As for how they bring down their prey, no, not really. As for how they bring down their prey, they will jump on the backs of larger animals. And then for smaller prey, they do what is known as, so kind of almost like a boxing move, like a jab.
Show off and add something?
Yes, please do.
Yeah. Yes, please.
Okay, so from what my understanding too is the lions do help out when it's a really big prey, such as like a zebra, a giraffe, or even an elephant.
Yes.
If they need some like real big power, the males will help out.
Right. I mean, I wouldn't want to have a lioness come after me either. Like, I mean, as a human, it's like neither is preferable. It's like you can stay over there in the sun. I'm going that way. But yes, that is 100% accurate. They will also.
Will the lion kill another type of cat? Like,
can you wait?
Okay.
Where do you keep going?
I'm trying to get the other computer on because I can't get the music on this computer that I wanted to play.
For fuck's sake. Anyway,
all for the theme song for this one.
Okay. So anyways, they do what's called ankle tapping, where essentially they just like swipe at the thing's legs and then just trip it up. So kind of like a nice jab, if you will. And as for how they kill their prey, they use their jaws and teeth to snap the animal's neck or strangle it to death. I don't think there's any strangling in boxing, so don't know if that's really equivocal for you. Oh, and you're right. You already said for the exceptionally large prey. Damn. See, we've got a guest that actually knows what's up.
He knows his shit, man.
I know, this is awesome.
Nick knows his shit.
Right.
Love it.
So, but did you know that they are scavengers and they will also steal another animal's kill. So they will they'll steal stuff. It's like you're preparing for a fight. Now, leave me alone. I got to watch my lion documentary. Leave me alone.
I'm obsessed, to be honest. So.
That's fair. We're obsessed too. We have a whole freaking show dedicated to animals.
About.
Yeah.
All right. Here's an interesting fact. Lions tend to eat the chest area organs first, lungs, heart, and liver.
Yum.
They chew a hole
with
in
a side
the
of Chianti
to get to these tasty and most nutritious morsels.
Yum. Well, that's like our vultures. So Nick, I don't know if you're aware of this, but vultures always go ass to mouth. So they start with the butthole first and then go from there when they're eating an animal, when they're eating something dead. Fun fact.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay, so males will eat about 75 pounds of meat a day, and after gorging themselves like snakes, they'll actually rest for a few days. And when food isn't scarce, they'll spend 21 to 22 hours a day resting and only hunt for 2 to 3 hours. And actually, you'd think with how strong they are and their pack mentality that they'd be very successful hunters, but they have a success rate of 30%, which is
not great.
No, but in the animal kingdom, that's also not terrible.
They sound like a baseball player. They got a 30 batting average. You're good at.
Aren't you special? All right, Sam, zoo diet.
Okay, unfortunately, Guy, no Missouri.
Oh,
so
come on.
The carnivores don't really get there's not like a carnivore Missouri
like
kibble.
Nutriloaf, meatloaf, biscuit.
Right. None of that. So, but they do get meat and more meat. They usually get a ground beef or horse that's commercially produced that has a bunch of vitamins and minerals that are. Yeah. The main zoo meat for anyone is horse.
Oh no.
Yeah, and oddly enough, Nick, it comes from Canada because America doesn't. It's like some kind of law that we can't. Yeah, we can't slaughter horses for consumption.
What?
So all of the zoo meat that comes down here that's horse is from Canada.
They're
I have a
Canadian.
really probably dumb question.
Ask.
So
yeah,
I think I already know the answer, but in zoos, they don't let they just kind of prepare the food for them. They don't let them hunt for the
right.
food, right? For their food. Yeah.
Right.
Just curious.
Yeah. It's all prepared. It's all killed. Usually, unless there's like a snake or reptile or something that won't eat something dead, it's all dead before it's given to them. Yeah. So they do get big slabs.
Every once in a while.
Yeah, like for the big snakes and stuff, but for prey, like hunting animals, especially cats and stuff that have to like prey around, they won't put a live animal in with them. Because
why not?
Well,
because
all the Karens in the world will complain. All the Karens like,
they
can
do
kill
it
a
at
rabbit.
night.
It's a big ethically moral thing, I think, that people struggle with here.
Well, someone else is killing the damn rabbit.
Yeah, but it's already dead when it comes to us, so it's a little less. I told you about the time we fed the otters live fish.
Yeah, you gotta
Fucking people lost their goddamn minds.
Yeah, you gotta tell.
It was insane. I'm like, they're eating fish. So
how did they supposed to have fresh fish?
Exactly. So we decided that we were gonna. So this is my otter story. We had 2 North American river otters. And so we were like, let's give them some really good enrichment. So we had a huge pond on the zoo grounds that we could take a boat out in and do a big cast net fishing thing. So we were like, let's give them some awesome enrichment. So we put a bunch of fish in buckets and we made an announcement on the radio that was like, we're going to give the otters this really cool enrichment of fish, come down and watch them. So, and they have a big glass viewing area in their pool so everybody can see them like swim and stuff. So we put the live fish in there, and of course there's a bunch of Karens with their kids sitting around watching them, and we put the live fish in, and these women lost it. You didn't say it was going to be live fish. You didn't say that. And we were like, what? They're otters. They eat fish, and they were going out.
Like, how do they think it was
the best day of their lives? Yeah, I was like, how do they? I mean, what do you think they do in the wild? This is it. This is them. This is what they look like. This is welcome to the otters. I mean, it was so funny. So we could never do that again because so many people complain. But we asked permission.
But I mean, did you ask them what do you think they do in the wild?
Yes, I did, because we stood there because we had to do a keeper chat while we were doing it. They just they are just like, well, we didn't have to see it. You didn't have to do it here. This isn't the wild. And I'm like, oh, okay, whatever.
Just fucking leave.
You can never make everybody happy. Yeah, you can never make everybody happy. But anyway, so yeah, otters with fish was a fucking ordeal. So could you imagine a little baby bunny or something? Stupid. People are so dumb. So anyway, so they will get big slabs and chunks of meat also, and they will get like big bones with meat stuck to it and everything, and they do get whole prey items, but they are dead, and it's like either rabbits, chickens, things like that.
Yep.
Okay. All right, so what are you doing? You
don't hear the music?
No, stop. All right, so as for solitary pack animals, obviously pack animals, and they are the only turn that off. Turn it off. We don't have right. We don't
know what it is. It's Rocky.
Yeah. Right on.
Anyways, okay. So they're the only true social cats, and prides are actually a matriarchy that includes genetically, related females and their cubs. Cubs are communally raised by all the females in the pride, and a pride will consist of 3 to 10 adult females and their offspring, and then 2 to 3 resident males. Should be noted that females are lifelong residents of their prides, and they do not fight or compete with each other. As for behavior, prime time for activity is after dusk and before dawn, and lion prides are what are known as fission-fusion societies. What does that mean, Guy? I'm going to quiz you on your sociology terms.
Fusion is like fusion cuisine is like comidas chinas y latinas, which is like Chinese and Mexican food. That's fusion, a fusion dish.
Okay, we're not talking about food.
What I want to know is
holy fuck,
who if they live with some men and some women, who gets to take care of the women? Is it one guy, or do they share?
Well, what, can you wait for that? Anyways, since that sounds so interesting, like some kind of animal pervert. All right. So So fission fusion societies means that pride members come and go and are rarely together all at the same time. During the day, they can be found resting in the shade. Right before dawn, they will like groom and play. And again, they can sleep anywhere from 20 to 21 hours a day, and they will climb on trees and lay on branches to avoid other animals and also to cool off. Lions are territorial, so males will patrol the perimeter edge in zones that overlap with other prides. Females defend a core area from other lions. And then since these cats are social, they actually form a cohesive bond amongst each other, and which is usually based on kinship. And as for how a male comes to rule a pride and have breeding rights, usually the male is a migrant that has usurped the other male for control over the pride. And a successful takeover is usually done by a group of males that have formed what is called a coalition, which usually consists of brothers, adolescent males that leave their natal pride when they become big enough and, start to be viewed as competition by their fathers. These adolescent males will leave and then live a nomadic lifestyle and then form their coalition with other subadult males and seek out a pride to take over. When a new male takes over a pride, do you know what a common thing is that lions do when they take over a new pride? Nick, our lion expert.
Have sex with all the females.
Great. No, before that.
Don't they usually kill the cub?
Yes. Ding, 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 ding. Well done. So yes, they will kill. Yeah, they're very they're really into the infanticide, lions. So they kill all the former cubs to ensure the new male's paternity. Females with cubs will gang up on intruding males, and females will also defend their cubs against a new male. Unfortunately, they are mostly unsuccessful. It is also common for females to lose their cubs within a month of a takeover, and pregnant females will also lose cubs shortly after giving birth. Sometimes a female is killed while caring for her cubs. So it's a very cruel world in their communities, if you will. As for aggression, they typically try to avoid conflict. They spend a lot of time trying to intimidate and deter others before things escalate, usually with vocalizations or baring their teeth. When they do fight, they slap, grapple, bite, and their forehead and like hind legs are usually targets. Fights between pride members usually occur over mating, competing for food. They will swat and hit each other in the face, so kind of like boxing. You want a straight face shot, No one's really getting up after that. You've been hit in the face.
A little bit.
So Nick, that's a good question. I mean, I can understand how you can train, but how do you train to take a punch? That to me is like, whether it's in the gut or the head. I mean, what can you do besides toughen up your muscles? How do you train for that?
Yeah, there's a few things like sometimes, sometimes you see like stupid videos that are circulating, like a guy will stand there and a trainer will punch him in the face. Like that doesn't happen. Like it probably does happen a little bit, but for the most part, you train not to get hit, but with experience, you train yourself to deal with it accordingly. Some people, no matter how much training they have, as soon as they get hit, they're pro athletes. As soon as I've sparred with some guys like that, where they get hit and they just see red, they can't control themselves. Everybody kind of learns differently and adapts differently to it. I personally always had this thing where, like, I literally think I was made for boxing, because even if I do get hit, which I try not to get hit often at all, but even if I do get hit, it's like it never happened. So like you keep it in your mind that it happened, but you don't want it to happen again. But at the same time, you'll never see me change reaction. Like I've been hit many times. I've been hit perfectly right to the body, a liver shot where I can't breathe, and it makes you go like this, and you can't even breathe, but you're trying to breathe. But most people, when they get hit like that, they drop. And I think it takes a lot of mental strength. You say, you know what, it'll pass. You kind of. I look like I'm more aggressive if that happens to me, because it's like a mind thing too. Because people hit you there and they think you're done, but
and you're like, still standing.
Superhuman. It doesn't even bother me. Yeah, so it makes them think like I can't hurt this guy, even if on the inside,
you're
like
dying.
I've been hit there where I can't even breathe, and I throw punches. So I think a lot of it's mental too, and it's about mental toughness. A lot of it.
Okay.
Yeah. So after this, he's gonna go into a meat locker and punch, a raw pork or a raw pig or something.
No, I am a lover and not a fighter. I don't have the body for that fighting business. I have.
God
gave me a brain for different type of fighting.
So you're saying Nick is stupid?
No, I didn't say he's stupid. I'm saying, people have skill sets. Boxing is not my skill set. Fighting is not my skill set.
You literally can't even run.
I can't run. That's why I have a gun. Somebody fucks with me, I got to shoot their ass, pop a cap in their ass.
Okay, we are so getting banned. All right. Anyways, so as for back to their aggression, if they are going to fight a strange male, they will assess the situation to see if they are outnumbered or have low odds of winning. When they seriously fight, it's again due to territorial issues or females and cubs are being threatened, and fights are actually often fatal. Moms and cubs, they'll wrestle and play if they feel safe and satiated. Moms maintain their playfulness throughout their life and will engage their cubs in playing. And cubs will also play alone with sticks, bark, grass, bones, and they will also practice hunting skills like stalking, pouncing, grappling, chasing. As for how they communicate in quite a few different ways. Nick, do you know? Can you name it's like kind of all the senses, but lions.
Well, obviously verbally is one way. They also communicate through action and through what's the correct word? It's not intimidation, but they'll give signs or motions to kind of
visual,
say back off, or even if they snarl at you a bit.
That's two. Damn.
Yeah. What else? That's all I got.
Oh, well, you got two for four. So yeah, so olfactory, touch, auditory, and visual. So for scent marking, lions will leave urine, scat, and also scrape the ground to mark their territory. Occasionally, females will spray as well. And as for what scraping is, they will scrape or rake the ground with their back feet. And they have these glands between their toes that leave a scent behind. And it is hypothesized that group members actually have a common odor. And as for touch, they do what is called a greeting ceremony. So they approach each other, then rub heads. So I guess like before a fight, touch gloves, except they're not about to beat the shit out of each other. They're just like saying hello. And it's believed that this demonstrates pride membership and reinforces social bonds. As for visual, you're correct. They do communicate by using facial expressions like their eyes, ears, tails, and body postures to convey their current mood. If they feel threatened, they flatten their ears and bare their teeth. And as for vocalizations, lions can communicate information like emotional state by changing volume, intensity, tempo, and tone of their calls. Male lions can actually roar at 1 year of age. And as for the roaring, it's usually more frequent at night when they're most active. Roaring starts with subdued, spaced out calls, then calls longer in duration, increasing in pace and volume. Roars can be spontaneous or a response to other lions or a way to advertise territory ownership, to intimidate others, strengthen social bonds. And they'll actually roar in a chorus sometimes too, or like chorus roaring, if you will. And roars can actually be incredibly loud. Who wants to guess how loud a lion's roar is on the decibel scale?
85.
No.
Okay.
Higher. Nick. It'll be like The Price is Right. Higher.
Yeah, higher. Nick.
Like how many decibels?
Idea.
Oh, come on. You were so spot on with 10. 114 decibels or
That's
the equivalent.
Loud.
Thank you. Yes. Or the equivalent of a live rock concert or sandblasting. And lastly, they will grunt, which is usually a warning, growl, warning or threat, snarl, hiss, meow, purr when they're content, and puff, which is usually a signal of non-aggression. All right, reproduction, Samantha, all you.
Okay. I will say, if you ever visit the zoo and catch a roaring session, it is pretty fucking fantastic.
That sounds really cool.
You can hear it through the whole zoo. Yeah. And everybody like that isn't around the lions that don't know what it is, they're like, holy shit, what is that? But they'll be like, is it behind me? That's how loud it is. But it really does fill the whole zoo. It's really cool. I love it. It sounds really neat. Okay. So guys' favorite part, reproduction. So male lions do become sexually mature around 26 months old, but are really unlikely to breed before the age of 4 or 5. But that's primarily due just to the lack of opportunity until they're large enough around 26 months to take over a pride, or not 26 months, 4 or 5, when they're large enough to take over a pride and its breeding rights. Females become sexually mature at 3 to 4 years. And then in human care, lions often breed every year, but in the wild, they usually don't breed more than once in every 2 years. And then females are receptive to mates for a few days, several times a year. They do go through estrus. And the onset of estrus is in response to either within pride mechanisms such as estrus and pride mates, as well as the loss of cubs from infanticide at pride takeovers. And then the males do have a thing that they do to check the receptivity. That's right. Yeah, the receptivity of the females. What they'll do, they have a Flehmen response, and I'm sure like all cats do it actually. But with lions, they'll smell the female's urine or vulva to assess, if the female's receptive.
Oh, getting all up in there.
And they'll wrinkle their nose and open their mouth and like do this grimace face. Pretty much all cats do it, but it's impressive when a lion does it just because of his teeth and stuff. But so it's called a Flehmen response. Cats. So this is another yuck. So this is all cats, but lions aren't any exception. They do not ovulate until the actual act of copulation. So male cats have barbed penises. They have little spiky hooks on them. So when they're doing it, this injures the female's insides, and that resulting pain that the female has induces her ovulation. Thank God there's nothing like that.
That honestly sounds horrific.
Yeah. It is, and that's it. I mean, it's very painful for the female, but they do it a lot, I guess, in the name of reproduction. Females are receptive to mating. Yeah, they're receptive to mating for 3 or 4 days within a reproductive cycle. And during this time, generally mates, the pair, the male and female, mate every 20 to 30 minutes with up to 50 copulations in 24 hours.
Oh my God.
I couldn't be a lion.
Insides are ripped out.
Yeah.
For 50 times in 24 hours. Yeah, it's crazy. That's
wow.
Female cats are amazing. So after all that shenanigans, the gestation period is about 108 days, and the litter size varies from 1 to 6 cubs, with 2 to 4 being the usual amount. And then cubs nurse for 6 months, but they will start eating meat at 3 months. And due to dangers, including starvation during times of food shortage and attacks by male lions at pride takeovers, this is the sad part, up to 80% of lion cubs die within their first 2 years of life.
Wow.
And lions typically only give birth to 1 litter every 2 years.
So why do they have to kill one of the cubs?
We already discussed this. You were not paying attention. You missed it.
Just
to take over, when a male takes over a pride, they don't want another male.
I'm not taking care of your kids.
Yeah, I'm not taking care of your fucking kids. I'm going to make my own kids because that's my genetics and that's what matters right now. So they'll kill all the cubs that are existing in that pride right there.
Well, can they just shoo them away? Like get lost? You can't.
Well, they're cubs. They're going to die if they're not. They're going to die anyway.
At 2 years old.
I guess it does them a favor. They take them out real quick instead of shooing them away.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nature's
nature is fucking brutal sometimes. All right. So as for unique characteristics and traits, in short bursts of speed, lions can actually run at a top speed of 50 miles per hour or 80 kmph. Their average speed when running is 30 to 35 miles per hour. Sorry, I don't know what the kmph is for that. They can also jump a distance of 36 feet or 11 meters, which is roughly the length of a school bus, just FYI. So, I would say like a 50-foot distance from a lion, you should maybe be okay for like 10 seconds. Their canine teeth are almost 2 inches long, and to cool off, they'll lay on their backs and expose their white underbellies. And interestingly enough, lions actually possess the cognitive ability to recognize individuals, which I thought was very interesting. And as for the mane, male lions actually start to grow their manes around 2 years of age. And the mane typically covers the head, neck, chest, and elbows, and sometimes their belly. Some adult males don't have manes, and there seems to be a population in Tanzania of maneless males, if you will. And as for mane color ranges, again, blonde, red, sandy to black. And actually, lions that live in colder climates tend to have longer and darker manes, and females are attracted to darker manes. Interesting. Black maned lions produce more testosterone, and some evidence suggests that cubs fathered by dark maned lions have a better survival rate. And as for its use, the mane is used as an intimidation factor, i.e. the bigger it is, the more threatening, especially when they puff themselves up, and also indicates their health. So darker and thicker manes usually signal good health. And as for their bite force, what are you guys thinking? PSI.
850.
No.
More or less?
Less.
535.
No.
More or less.
Higher.
More.
Higher.
627.
Damn it, you're very close. 650. Damn it, did you know?
Yeah, they cat it. I think so.
Yes. So, which in terms of a predator is actually not that strong. I mean, obviously, like that's gonna do damage to a human, but for like terms of a high-ranking apex predator, that's not that significant. All right, predators and threats. Go, Sam.
Is that my turn?
Mm-hmm.
Just for comparison,
Yes.
a hyacinth macaw, like those big blue
those
hyacinth
big blue
macaw
parrots. Yeah.
Yeah, they have about 770 psi. So that's more than a lion.
But they have much. It's a pointier beak, isn't it? I think.
I'm not trying to get bit by either animal, to be honest. I don't want to be bit by a lion or
I don't want to either, but I know. But yeah, it's a sharp beak, but the psi to that beak it doesn't have anything to do with the sharpness.
That's because they're dinosaurs.
It's just how hard that sharpness comes down. Yeah, they're amazing. I love birds. Okay, predators and threats for lions. So we all know that lions are the king of the jungle. So their only predator and threats are humans.
Oh, what a surprise!
Humans and human activities. That's it.
What about hyenas?
Else.
Like, they'll kill a sick one.
They're not going to hunt lions. Yeah,
I mean, they'll take probably a cub kill a lion.
Get a cub.
If if it's like a sickly one that's by itself, maybe, but no.
Yeah,
it's not their normal diet.
Yeah, lions are most significantly impacted by the illegal bushmeat hunting thing. So bushmeat hunting diminishes the species of animals that they eat. So there's less for them to eat. So they can't, they starve. And then also bushmeat hunting is done with traps and snares so that lions can also get caught in those traps and snares. So that's a big problem too. And then unfortunately, we all know this part, the body part trade and trophy hunting of these guys. There's a huge demand. Yeah. So there's a huge demand, of course, in Asia for lion parts, like skins, teeth, claws. I mean, all the parts, they'll take it. And according to panther.org, the rise of poaching for body parts is especially alarming and might mean the end of many smaller, less well-protected lion populations. So quit fucking hunting lions for no goddamn reason. There's no reason. Stupid. People, I hate humans. I hate them. And then conflict with local people due to livestock depredation. And there has been catastrophic range reduction and habitat loss and fragmentation. And that's from human overpopulation and sprawl and things like mining and stuff like that. So, and then of course, the biggest one is bullshit trophy hunting.
Yes, bullshit trophy hunting. So we are very anti-trophy hunting here, Nick. I don't know if you know anyone that like shells out 50 or 60 grand to go to Africa to shoot a freaking lion, but we're very anti that. And they're like, people try to say like, oh, I'm supporting conservation because that's where all the money's going. It's like, then just if you can blow 50K, just donate it. Like, why do you have to go kill something?
Yeah.
So, and we're not against hunting. We did a whole whole episode on like deer hunting and like how how
like actual hunting, not like not
for fucking endangered animals.
Right. And then they like literally walk right up to it, so they're not even tracking it. So it's just kind of like you didn't even hunt it though.
Disgusting.
Yeah. So as for fun facts and human encounters, they are the second largest cats in the world. Actually, around 2.6 million years ago, lions roamed all of tigers.
A tiger's bigger than a lion?
Oh, yeah. Substantially.
Siberian tigers are?
Mm-hmm. Ooh, look who knows. Look who knows. Sam, you're about to be replaced.
I know, right?
Nick's going to replace you.
That's all right.
So,
he knows his shit, man.
He does. Well done. Hats off to you. All right. So around 2.6 million years ago, lions actually roamed all of North America. They disappeared from North America around 10,000 years ago, most likely because we probably killed the shit out of them like we do everything else. Let's see. A lion's roar can be heard as far as 3 to 5 miles away. So that would explain why the entire zoo could hear them. And then lions are not endurance animals. They either saunter or have short bursts of speed. And they have a swipe force of how many pounds? Let's let the boxer guess. How many pounds do you think?
I'm going to guess a swipe force.
Mm-hmm.
It's a total guess. I'd say like 950 maybe.
Close.
No, more probably 1,500.
No, less. You're closer with 9. So they have a swipe force of 400 pounds. So if a lion swipes you, they're going to snap your neck. And it would be a no thing. It'd be like the way we smack a fly would be a lion smacking you and you're broken neck on the ground and dead. So as for white lions, Nick, maybe you didn't know this because for whatever reason, it's kept under wraps in the animal world. Say no to white lions. White lions are a big no-no, and same with white tigers. And here is why. Dr. Peter Catt of LionAid. The unfortunate thing about all white lions, they're derived from a single small population discovered near Kruger National Park in South Africa. And the white coat color is caused by a recessive gene. And the animals are known as leucistic, and leucism is only expressed in homozygous recessive. So it's a recessive trait. That's the main takeaway. And white lions are therefore by definition inbred, since they're all derived from one small founder population. Progressive inbreeding can be expected to lead to a number of disorders like skeletal deformities, immune system deficiencies, digestive problems, and neurological conditions. In South Africa, lion breeders intentionally inbreed lions, expressing the white coat color for trophy hunting and for international sales, and a number of zoos around the world have bought them. And because white lions are purposely inbred, zoos should not have them in their collections. They might be cute, but they contribute nothing to an increase in the urgent conservation needs of their tawny relatives in the wild. So yeah, if you ever see a white lion or white tiger, just know it's inbred, and wherever you're seeing them at, that might not be the most ethical place, seeing as how they're like Siegfried and Roy in Las Vegas. They had white lions and white tigers.
I don't know if they had a white lion.
They absolutely did have a white lion. They brought it out.
Yeah, and also don't forget, and I do know that they still sell white tiger stuff, but Busch Gardens used to have their like big old ambassador mascot used to be a white tiger.
That's right. It was that white tiger.
Yeah.
So here's a question.
Yeah, and I have a magnet with a white tiger on it from
Did it
Busch
have Down
Gardens
syndrome?
that I just bought a couple. No, well, probably did, but you couldn't tell. But if you want to see what we're talking about, look up Kenny.
Oh yeah, Kenny the Down syndrome tiger.
Yeah, that's what happens.
Sam.
Yes.
Can you get bush meat at Busch Gardens?
No one cares.
Unfortunately, no.
Do they have beaver at Busch Gardens?
You've been to Busch Gardens. No, they don't have beaver. Stop it. Anyways, so yeah, did you know that white lions and white tigers, they're all inbred and just super recessive? It's like, when you start inbreeding, I don't know if there's any like hick parts of Canada, if there's like a Kentucky area of Canada, or like West Virginia area where people are definitely inbred. Is there like a Canada equivalent?
Yeah.
Where would that be?
Where would that be? Just the farmland, I guess.
Like Edmonton.
Nowhere in particular.
No, Edmonton's
Saskatchewan.
I don't know. It's Saskatchewan, Saskatoon. I don't know.
Those places out in the middle of nowhere.
Where places close to Alaska, maybe. I don't know.
So I was watching a video about the Royal Mounted Police training, and they have to go through a lot of shit. I mean,
he's not Royal. Okay.
He's Canadian.
Oh, so he's just going to know all Royal Mounted Police history. Yes.
The Royal Mounted Canadian, is that like a federal police, or they're not like a what they call this? Not, they don't have states in they have these provinces.
Sheriffs.
In Canada.
Are they like a sheriff?
Provinces, yeah. Provinces. No, we're pretty much like you guys, but those are more in like the I've never seen a Mountie in real life, to be honest.
What?
Yeah. Like that's more the
Toronto.
Mounted police. It's more in different parts. Yeah, I'm in Toronto. Toronto's like basically it's kind of like New York. Yeah, but that's more like when there's more like different provinces, especially, but more nature. Like not really around here.
Okay. Damn it.
Yeah.
How upsetting. All right. So throughout Africa, the lion is a symbol of power. And now the fun part, attacks. In November 2013, Dallas Zoo, a male lion killed a lioness in front of guests. He suffocated his pride mate, and it is still unsure what the motivation was behind the attack. Has that ever happened, Sam, in the zoo? Like, will they just lose their shit and just kill each other?
Yeah.
Oh God.
Here was the issue.
I mean, it doesn't happen all the time, but
He said, "Bitch, find me some chicken right now."
It's not. Shut it down. I hope what Mom's gonna. I'm gonna show this to Mom, and she's gonna beat the shit out of you. Anyways, So June 2015, South Africa, a lioness attacked a tourist. Okay, this is totally the tourist's fault. She had rolled down her window to take pictures, and it is assumed she didn't see the lioness that was there stalking the car. And mind you, there are signs all throughout the park saying, do not roll windows down. And fortunately, the park did not euthanize the lioness, but they did move her to a different area. But where's the rise?
Euthanized the tourist.
I know. There are literally signs posted saying, don't roll down your windows. And she rolled them down, and the lioness came in the car and like tore her arm up, and the guide that was trying to help her. It's like, you got this guy hurt. You getting hurt, I don't really care about because you did that to yourself, but you got the guide hurt because he was trying to save your stupid ass. Right. Now, June 2019, June 2019 in the Czech Republic, a man was killed by his pet lions. So we're really big proponents of wild animals are not pets on this show. No surprise, he did not have authorization for these pet lions. His female also attacked a cyclist one day while he was out walking her on a leash. So I'm not quite sure how he thought he was going to control a lion on a leash.
Attacked who?
A cyclist.
Dude, what did she think? It was like a jaguar, gazelle, or some shit?
Maybe it was. I don't know. You have to ask the lion. North Carolina. Hey, Sam. 2019, an intern. This one's pretty sad. An intern was grabbed by the ankle.
This isn't far from me. This
it
is not far from me. And before you tell this story, this just happened again, and I think they kept it under wraps.
Really?
Yeah, within the last year or so.
At the same place?
It happened again.
At the same place. Oh shit. Okay, so an intern was grabbed by the ankle and pulled into the enclosure. They even called the fire department to come to spray it with the fire hose and try to separate the lion from the intern. That didn't work, and the lion ended up just dragging the intern around the enclosure by her neck for a significant amount of time. Like, they couldn't get the body. She was dead, and this lion is just dragging around this limp dead body around its cage. Or habitat, if you will. And they tried to dart the thing.
I think it was a cage at that place. I'm just saying.
Oh, okay. So it is one of those shitty places. Okay. So
it's not a good place. It's not a good place.
It sounds like it's not. Seeing as how it happened again. But yeah, so it was just dragging this dead girl around, and then they tried to dart it to sedate it. That didn't work. And then unfortunately, sheriff deputies had to resort to shooting the lion, and they shot it 8 times and ultimately killed it. So that one just kind of sucks all around for everybody. And now Sam is saying, did the person die?
No, not this time. It wasn't that bad of an incident, but it was still another incident that was totally preventable and shouldn't have happened.
So do these places have to be licensed, Sam? Or
it's North Carolina, so it's kind of
it's kind of, it's not, they do have to go through USDA, and they do have to have permits and things, but it's not very
it's North Carolina.
Strict. I guess it's North Carolina.
You guys can hear me?
Yes.
Nothing.
Oh, we can hear you. Can you not hear us?
Oh. Yeah, we can hear you, Nick. Oh, we lost him.
Oh, his mic is muted. Your mic is muted. Hold on. Your mic is muted.
Yeah, so anyway, this place is like a sanctuary in here.
Sanctuary. Oh, is this like, what's her Carol Baskin's sanctuary where they're in fucking kennels?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, they have
Carol Baskin sanctuary. Isn't those little cages or enclosures that she has are cruel? And I don't know
they are cruel. She has them in fucking dog crates.
I don't know who is responsible for that, but there should be some Fish and Wildlife or something. If she's in Florida, somebody needs to go over there and say, no, you cannot. This is not okay.
No, they're in dog crates. And yeah, and it's so funny how she wants to be on her high horse, even though it's like, you keep your animals in dog crates.
He tried it, and it says it didn't work.
That is
so weird. He can't hear us. Oh, boo.
Mute. Has to unmute.
It says not muted. Here's another song.
Stop playing songs.
He's got us another song.
It's saying it on my end. It's saying you're muted for whatever reason. Turn that off.
Let me tell you something about the tokens.
No.
I went to PS253.
Yes, I want to hear about the tokens.
I went to PS253 in Brooklyn, New York. The tokens are from Brighton Beach. I went to Maxine, the daughter.
He's back. Turn that shit off.
One of the
Turn that shit off his back.
He likes this song.
No, he doesn't like this song. Stop telling
Nick.
people what they like.
I do.
No.
I like this song.
I do like this song.
Damn it, Nick.
I like this song.
Oh, you're just so white. You're just so white.
My manager's nuts.
Yeah.
Your manager.
Yeah, your Jew manager. That's what you get for having a Jew
Something
manager.
else.
Nick,
Yeah.
May the Schwartz be with you.
are you allowed to box in the U.S. without any shit? Or I don't even know if boxing is back in the U.S. I'm not sure. Is
What does
boxing?
that even mean? What do you mean without
Because
any shit?
they were going to Indian reservations to have MMA matches because during COVID. So are you allowed to?
It's open. Like there's a lot of, like, Texas had a really big fight with 70,000 people. As of now, there's nothing they said about vaccinations, but I'm hearing they're going to make it mandatory to do anything, even flights, but who knows?
Are you vaccinated? How's the vaccination thing working for you guys?
It's like 50% here. Like in Ontario, is 50%.
That's good.
Okay.
That's a good ratio.
Yeah, I think they're doing better than we are now.
I'm sure that. I mean,
Yeah,
I'm
but
sure most countries are.
We're still locked down. We're still, like, we're horrible here. It's like you're not allowed to do anything. There's a stay-at-home order.
Still?
So you're supposed to stay at home. The only time you're allowed to go out is when you go get food or you go for exercise, like you go for a walk. Everything else is closed. Restaurants are
So no
open.
gyms, no restaurants.
Shit,
No
even in
gyms
California, my gym's
Get
open.
takeout.
My gym's been open for like
You
2
guys
months
need to
now.
get in touch with the premier and tell them this is enough already.
Yeah, I mean,
We
even
even,
California,
like,
we're allowed in the gym. That's nuts.
Ontario's a joke. Ontario is actually a joke. Like,
Yeah, that's crazy.
we've been, like, gyms have been closed pretty much for about 15 months. Private gyms have been open sporadically here and there, but for the most, like, private gyms meaning like personal training gyms
Right,
here and
yeah,
there
just
have been open, but
Sneak them in the back door.
even restaurants, they made everyone in Ontario, they said, okay, you could have outdoor patios. Then
Right.
they closed those outdoor patios down. Then the last time they did that, they made people spend money on outdoor patios. They put up heaters and all this kind of stuff. And then within a week, they closed everybody down. They made everyone waste money on nothing. It's a joke here.
That's
it's
horrific.
insane.
I mean, again, even in California, like
left and right.
where
Well, not
we
only
can sit
going out of business,
inside,
but
we can
you're
go
gonna
in the
drive people
gym.
nuts. People are going to just start going nutty.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I mean, that's
Everybody here wants to move to Florida.
Yeah.
I wouldn't go there. I would.
Pandemic fatigue. Nick, a lot of French Canadians are in Hollywood, Florida. Before I left Florida, they were buying all the businesses in Hollywood, Florida. I went to Hollywood Hills High School. So, that's
nuts. You guys can't even go in we can go. I mean, you have to wear a stupid mask in the gym, which, okay, fine. But like, you can't even go in your gym. I mean, again, even in California, we can go in
We don't have
gyms.
to wear a mask. North Carolina, we don't have to wear a mask.
Restaurants are all closed. You need
Still?
It's just takeout. You can only order takeout.
Oh, that's terrible. That's not okay.
If you go down the street, if you drive down the street in Toronto, almost every other business is closed.
I'm sure. Jeez, that's really bad.
People are
here's
crazy.
the deal now in U.S. Costco.
Yeah, I would lose my shit too. I'd be upset too if I was you. Yeah,
vaccinations
especially with more people being. We just make it then only vaccinated people can sit inside. All right, cool, whatever. Like, there's like things you can do.
All right.
All right. Anyways, conservation status. No, conservation status. Then you can harass Nick.
Wait, I want to hear about Costco, guy. I want to hear about Costco.
Oh, Jesus.
Costco,
what were you
Trader
about to say about
Joe's,
Costco?
Walmart, Albertsons.
Costco's open.
Yeah, no masks. No masks.
Good. What?
No mask. You don't have to wear a mask.
We
in
have to
Costco,
wear
Trader
masks
Joe's.
in our Costco. Oh.
All right. Anyways, conservation
I
status.
gotta go to Costco this week, actually. Okay. I digress. Conservation status. The IUCN Red List has them as a whole species listed as vulnerable.
Bullshit, endangered.
Which everything should be listed as invulnerable, whatever. Right. Right. But in West Africa, they are classified as critically endangered. So as a whole, vulnerable, West African lions are critically endangered. And according to panthera.org again, it says, today, lions are extinct in 26 African countries, have vanished from over 95% of their historic range. I know. And experts estimate that there are only about 20,000 left in the wild. Though lions still do exist in 28 African countries and 1 Asian country, only 6 protected area complexes are known to support more than 1,000 lions.
Eek.
So as a whole, there's only 20.
So all the more reason why
left,
bullshit trophy hunters, you really have no fucking business being there.
Yeah.
You're not those African guys that we have on, did they have lions in their preserve or reserve?
Yeah, remember
they did. He was a lion ranger.
The lions would go into the town and they'd have to go like redirect them.
So
Remember, we thought they put them on trucks and they were like, no, we just
literally scare them away. So we had these great guys come on from Loasaba, this conservancy in Kenya that has just pretty much every African savanna animal in there. And they, every now and then there'll be like a conflict where an animal will be in a village and, like, no, don't kill it. We'll just get it out. So they're the guys that they send to go like shoo it back onto like, the protected land or the park where it's not going to be a problem. They were really cool. But yeah, so that's our lion friend. Thank you so much, Nick, for coming on. Hopefully you had fun. I mean, you did get a new Jew manager, so congrats to you. Go ahead, plug your stuff again, where we can find you.
Yeah, one thing I'll quickly say is it's kind of on the same topic about trophy hunting. I really don't understand it, and you guys already know more than me, but the bigger problem is people that are purchasing anything, because that's, if there's no demand, then what's the point of people doing it other than the trophy hunters, right? But it's like, I don't get why people would be so happy with doing something like that, because it doesn't really take much skill at all. It's not like you did something and you accomplished something. A defenseless animal, it doesn't make sense. It really doesn't.
Exactly. Lions don't fear us.
That's just my thoughts about that.
Exactly. Yeah, lions, you can literally just walk up to a lion and...
The only time you should hunt is when you're getting it for food and you're gonna eat it. That's it.
Right.
Not lions, but yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Anyway, thank you for that. I really appreciate being on here.
Where did you go? Can you come back? What are you doing?
Me?
Yes. What are you doing?
I was pulling up another song.
No. Stop that.
No.
This is not.
Anyways, we're trying to let him go. He's on East Coast time, and Sam is on East Coast time. What are you?
Okay.
Jesus Christ. Anyways, thank you so much for coming on, Nick.
Thanks.
We will get you.
You got to say it right, Nick
Awesome. Nice meeting you guys.
Fantauzzi.
You keep fucking up the last name. You keep fucking up the last name. You got to, if you're going to be his manager, you've got to get his last name right. Do it again. Try one more time.
Nick Fanta.
No, it's not Fanta. He's not a soft drink. It's just Fantauzzi.
Fantauzzi.
Jesus Christ. He's not a Fanta soda.
You got it.
All right. Thank you so much again, Nick. You can find him on Instagram. We'll tag him when this comes up. You can find us on YouTube. Send us an email, justanimalspod@gmail.com. Thanks always for listening.
All right. Thank you very much.